So, stress has become a regular part of our lives in society. So many people live with stress and feel stuck in stress. And so today I'm here to help you learn to give stress the exit door, to tell stress, to teach stress how to go away so that you can live a calm, peaceful life without feeling stuck. And a lot of people feel stuck in stress and worry and anxiety and depression. And there are a number of reasons, but stress, worry, anxiety, and depression are patterns of how we function. They tend to be repetitive. And so we are used to responding to events that occur in our lives that we call triggers. And when those triggers happen, we feel these emotions that I've listed. But it doesn't have to be that way. So today I'm going to talk quite a bit on how to learn not to function that way and bring back the calm and serenity and peace in your life that you deserve. And to make you feel that you're not stuck, even if it's been years or decades that you feel like you've been functioning that way, you can start to let that go. And I do want to say there are regularly events in our lives that can be stressful and challenging. We can't control everything in our lives, but we can control how we respond to them and how we lead our lives and our emotions. And that's what I want to help you learn to do more effectively so that even when there are challenging events in our lives, which in our society we do know occur, you will be better equipped to handle them without feeling stuck in feeling stressed or anxious or worried or depressed. So let's talk a little bit about the pattern. And first, I want to mention that stress and anxiety and worry and depression, we often think of them in our mind. I feel stressed. But what happens when in our mind we feel one of these emotions, our body releases stress hormones. And when the body releases stress hormones, it goes to parts of the body, organs in the body. And so we may start to stress. We may breathe faster. Our heart may beat faster. Our palms may sweat. There are a variety of physical responses that are associated with stress. And so stress is not just in our mind. There is a connection, a mind-body connection. And not only does stress and anxiety and worry and depression make us feel a certain way, but it has aspects and results that affect our physical health. It can affect our heart, our cardiology. It can affect our weight. When we're releasing stress hormones, it's very hard to lose weight. And when I talk to my clients who want to lose weight, they often are just looking at food and exercise. And when I teach them to handle stress better, that's when they start losing weight. So again, these emotions can have effects physically on our body. And as well, it can affect our mood and our overall happiness and satisfaction in life, our well-being. So let's talk about what happens when we do feel stressed and what causes that stress. As I mentioned, usually there's an event, and when that event happens, we start to feel stressed or anxious or worried. Either something happens or we might even think about it, and we start to feel that response. That trigger, that event that makes us start to feel the emotion, stress or anxiety or worry or depression is called a trigger. And usually we are stuck in that pattern when the trigger happens. We start feeling that way. And triggers can be a variety of things. It could be something that happens at work. It could be an argument with a partner or a spouse. It could be a deadline of something that's looming that you have to take care of. It could be something that happens at home, a leak at home where you need a plumber, you need a repair. There are so many things in our lives that can be triggers. And again, what usually happens is a trigger happens, and then we start to feel the stress. Our stress hormones are released, and that goes to parts of our body and affects us physically. So, key number one about handling stress is when you feel a trigger, when something starts to happen and you start feeling stressed at that very point, it really is helpful to do something to prevent or relieve that stress response. When we feel stressed, we're very often bringing in what's called our fight or flight, our sympathetic nervous system. And what we want to do instead is call on our parasympathetic nervous system so we don't get stuck in that pattern of stress. So if something stressful happens, there are a number of things that you can do, and I'm going to give you some ideas of things you can do to bring on that parasympathetic nervous system. And the first is just to take some breaths, some deep breaths. And you can even give that sigh to really breathe out that stress. Or try and do some arm circles. Move your arms, rotate your arms, get your body going in a releasing, relaxing way. Maybe stand up and take a little walk. Hum a tune you like. Listen to music you like. Put some music on and even do a little quick movement, even a little dance to the music. Or do some visualization. Think of a beautiful place, a vacation, or a place you've been to, or a place or a thing that makes you feel relaxed. Maybe art, or maybe looking at some photographs of an enjoyable vacation or some people who are important to you. Again, so to respond to the trigger and prevent that shallow breathing, that sweating, that fast heartbeat that often occurs. We want to respond and learn to respond right away so we break that pattern, that repetitive pattern that our bodies and our minds are used to. And we can break those patterns. We can respond differently. You are not stuck. I want to reassure you, you are not stuck. You can try these patterns. I work on them with my clients directly. If that would be of help to you, I can be available to do that as well. Most importantly, I want you to really know and understand that you are not stuck and you can break those patterns. So key number one is when you feel that trigger, respond in the moment. Don't wait to feel to let that stress and anxiety and worry escalate. Try and respond as soon as you can. And second, you want to have a baseline of calm and peace in your life. So every morning, take a few moments to meditate, or to do some deep breathing, or to walk in nature, or to hum a song that you like, or to stretch your body a little bit to feel relaxed. If we start off calm, that is a good place to start. If you wake up in the morning and you start feeling stressed about your to-do list and things that haven't been going right and things that you need to take care of, and if you start out stressed, it usually spirals from there. So we want you to be able to start off calm and peaceful and serene in the morning. And when you do that, even if your stress level goes up a little bit, often you can return to that baseline calm level that you start out with in the morning. But if you start out stressed, the stress level usually goes higher and higher. And remember, your stress level can be within your control. You can control it by responses, by bringing on your parasympathetic nervous system as opposed to the fight or flight nerves and stress. And the parasympathetic, do some deep breathing. Roll your arms like we talked about, or stretch, or take a walk. Listen to some music, something relaxing to help relax your mind and then your body. And always start your day knowing what calm feels like. And then you can return to a feeling of calm, a sense of peace and serenity. The more you become familiar with that sense of calm and peace, the more you can go back to it when you need it. And third, in addition to responding to triggers and having a morning ritual and routine, it's really helpful to have me time during your days and your weeks. Activities that you plan on your calendar that are joyful to you, that reinforce the feeling of happiness that you can feel in your mind and your body, where you feel healthy and at ease. And that may be different for different people. For some people, it may be meditating. For some people, it may be hiking or walking in nature. For some people, going to the gym. For some people, writing poetry or doing art or some sports or listening to music or playing music. It is just as our thumbprints are unique, these may be unique for you. And so it's important, find what works for you and what in your life really makes you feel calm and peaceful and serene. And put those activities on your calendar regularly. People often think me time is excess and extraneous, and you only do it if you have time for it. But that is not the case. It's important regularly and routinely to put me time on your calendar, to have a regular calming routine. Again, the more you do that, the more when things come up in life and society that could cause stress, the more your body learns and knows and is skilled at how to return and to keep you calm and peaceful, even when there are things in our life that we don't love that are happening. We know how to control our body and to own our ability to be calm and to stay calm and peaceful. I want to give you an additional point to remember, and that is logic. That when we worry about things and stress about things, it doesn't really make the outcome better. It doesn't affect results. Just sometimes we feel that we're responsible. If we keep thinking about something, it's going to make it better. But that isn't really what happens. The more you worry about something, that doesn't make the outcome better. If you think about something for a period of time that you need, decide what you need to do, and then put that on the back burner, and again, return to a calming activity, that can help you. And take care of the other things in your life that you need to control, that can help. So we need a balanced life, and we need to really think about how to maintain the calm, the peace, the serenity in our lives so that we value them and so that we own and control our emotions, that they don't control us, that external events and circumstances don't control us, that we know what to do when something happens. And again, I tell people, I'm not saying that life is not stressful. There certainly are stressors in our society today, but we don't have to overreact to stressful events. We can learn to realize that we can stay calm when there are challenges in life, and we can take care of things and maintain a sense of calmness and serenity and peace. And that is what I want for everybody, because it really can make us happier in life. It can help us become more successful by, instead of focusing on stress, by focusing on the things that are really important and that we can control and we can move forward. And it really can improve our overall well-being, happiness, and satisfaction in life. So I really hope this is helpful to you. I love helping people reach goals and become high achievers and success builders, and really limiting stress and showing stress the door leaves us a lot more energy to take care of the things and steps that can really lead us to success and high achieving in our lives. So this is one of many strategies. Limiting stress and worry and anxiety and depression is one of many strategies that may help you create your best life. I'm happy to talk about all of them with you. If this resonates with you, then there are two things you can do. Come to our teachings, our weekly teachings regularly. If you are seeing this in Facebook, I do them every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. And if you're watching this in YouTube, please hit like and you can subscribe so that when I do put my weekly teachings in, you will have access to them and to be able to learn from them. I also put my calendar in our group in Facebook and in YouTube, so that if you'd like to make an appointment, I will put a limited number of appointments available so that you can have a complimentary discovery call with me to talk about how to handle stress and eliminate it better, stress, anxiety, worry, depression, to talk about how you can better reach your goals in life, talk about my Success Builders group, my High Achievers group, or any way I can help you create your best life. I love to help people move forward to create their best lives, their happiest lives, and most successful lives. So I'd love to talk to you about how you can up your game and your results and your happiness in life. So come to our weekly teachings, and I would love to speak to you soon.